In this general area, at one time stood a very large, impressive monument to John F. Grimke. John F. Grimke is a Revolutionary War hero, a native South Carolinian, and also a fairly important jurist in the early American Republic. Now, he was born in Charleston in 1752, and as a young man, he received degrees in law from both Cambridge University and from Princeton. Also as a young man, as the war clouds were beginning to gather on the horizon and tensions between Great Britain and the colonies are beginning to rise, he, along with Benjamin Franklin and others, sent off early petitions to King George III for a redress of grievances. Now, when the war did eventually break out, he is commissioned as an officer in the Continental Army. He eventually rises to the rank of colonel, and he would serve underneath Major General Nathaniel Greene in the Southern Campaign. He was present at engagements like Eutaw Springs and even at Yorktown, that final pivotal battle where he was placed with the artillery. Now, once the war ends, he serves 2 terms as mayor of Charleston of South Carolina. He also is an associate justice on the bench of the Court of Common Pleas and General Sessions, and also is a pretty prominent Federalist. He played an important role in getting South Carolina to adopt the U.S. Constitution. Now, you're probably asking yourself, as we're standing in Shrewsbury, New Jersey, why is he a South Carolinian buried in this cemetery? And the truth is, in 1818, his health began to decline, so he came to Philadelphia seeking medical treatment. Unfortunately, the treatments he was receiving were really doing very little for him, so sort of as like a last-ditch effort, they had him relocate here to the Jersey Shore. Maybe perhaps the climate would better his health. And he and his daughter Sarah, they moved into a local boarding house in Long Branch, where in 1819, unfortunately, he passed away. That sort of led him to be buried so close, so nearby here in Shrewsbury. Now, though his story ends here, not so for his daughters. Both Sarah and Angelina actually became pretty prominent orators in their own right. They moved up to Philadelphia, and though they were part of a slaveholding family, they became involved in the immediate movement for abolition and also for early women's rights. Even, this is pretty interesting, his son had, like many people unfortunately at that time, had an affair with his slave mistress. And as a result, John Grimke had 2 illegitimate African-American grandsons. Both of them respectively went to Harvard and to Princeton and became pretty prominent civil rights activists in the early 20th century.